How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Lorbeck Luxury Cars Friday Drive. There's something super special here today. A 1961 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. This iconic Mercedes-Benz 300 SL W194 Roadster set new standards in production car engineering with its space frame chassis and pioneering Bosch mechanical fuel injection system, a true icon of the automotive world. I mean, just look at how beautiful this car is, and the color, until you see it in person, doesn't do it justice. I can just imagine myself pulling up to Casino Square in Monaco in one of these things, sunny's on with the roof down. It is just an impeccable piece of artwork, honestly. The sister car almost to the Gullwing from the 60s and the 50s, and just, it's so pretty. The curvature and the lines and this curved front metallic bar on the front end just gives it that contrast between curved lines and just the shape of it excites me so much. I mean, and it's just such a classic icon for the car world. You look at the Gullwing and then the Roadster, which this is, they're pieces of art. They're not just a collector's item, and that's truly, when I look at it, how I feel about them. Coming towards the side profile of the car now, there's something interesting about the brakes. In the 61, they ended up changing to a disc brake, which is a lot different to the previous generation cars. And actually nowadays, that disc brake, because they're a lot more efficient and better actually at stopping the car, there's a much more sought after option from a certain 61 onwards, particularly for that Roadster. And coming through, you can kind of see the vents kind of popping out the side here with the straight lines kind of almost accenting towards there in comparison to those curved lines, which I absolutely love. It kind of gives it a different side profile to the front. It's a little bit more sleek and sporty, and then curved and elegant from the front and the rear. And as you come over towards the rear end, this bit of the car I think is so beautiful. Look, the front looks great, but just that sleek rear end with the bars at the back, pop the boot open and grab your luggage in Monaco and walk into the hotel. It's just a piece of art, and I keep saying it, but it's so true. And for a car that is seriously such a collector's item, this thing is super special. This NSL specification version of the 3-litre inline-6 engine with top speeds reaching between 133 and 155 miles per hour, depending on the final drive ratio, with only 250 made in 1961. Just want to showcase the engine bay here, and you look at the level of detail, and I've spent a lot of time around a lot of classic racing cars, and it almost reminds me of that, the detail, the finish, and all the small things that make this 3-litre inline-6 engine a beauty to drive. And I started it up the other day, and as soon as you start it up, it just purrs. And for a car of this generation to have so much feel, and the clutch works so nicely, and as you start to drive it a little bit, it just drives perfectly. And this engine was a real pioneer for that era, where it started to become more popular throughout other cars and models. And Mercedes, in a lot of ways throughout history, have always been that way inclined, and it's amazing to see what this thing can really do. As I sit inside the interior, the seats are super comfortable. Got this beautiful gear lever here that just feels so classic, and it's kind of super lightweight, which means if I wanted to, and actually I wouldn't now, but back in the day you could drive this thing a little bit harder and faster because that gear lever is so smooth and tight that you can actually get a lot out of it. And this big open steering wheel, kind of that era. I remember looking at one of my granddad's cars, and it was a very similar type of steering wheel, and this with the wooden touch on it and the metal interior, it's got a little bit of weight, but it's light enough, so as you're driving you just feel every motion of the car the whole way. And the classic dials and the tight finishes, even the little smoker's package here, which is less seen now, and that little wing mirror can adjust it, and it just feels so classical. And I'm absolutely just obsessed with this car. And that's it for another episode of our Lorbeck Luxury Cars Friday Drive. So thank you so much for watching. This car is special, and I really wish I could spend a couple of hours driving it, but I wouldn't want to do it to it because it is a piece of art, and I'm so lucky to have the opportunity to even sit with it, being it's so rare and so special. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one.